Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for November 17th. We are currently looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This pair did break the previous session's low but did close up higher for today. This pair is moving sideways with a bias that's still to the downside. Look for it to potentially move as high as 89.98, possibly as low as 88.10. Look for some resistance around 89.50. And look for some support around 88.50. Now, taking a look at the EURUSD pair, this pair continues to track sideways overall. The low did move past some previous support areas, but is still within the range of reason for the support areas. Typically, it's an area, remember, not a particular price. Now, this pair did close down. We are expecting it to continue moving sideways with a bias that is sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 150.68 and possibly as low as 147.41. Look for some resistance around 149.18 and look for some support around 148.22. Okay, looking at the pound created an inside bar today. Look for a breakout. It did close down, but look for a breakout in this pair. We are expecting this pair to continue moving sideways with a bias to the upside. Look for some resistance at around the 1.6877 mark and look for some support around the 167.50 level. Now, let's take a look at the US Swiss. This pair closed higher. It is moving sideways, as you can see. Overall, we are expecting it to potentially move as high as 10261, possibly as low as 10005. Look for some resistance around 10200 and look for some support around 10108. Now, we do have news announcements. The Bank of England is releasing their minutes. Their meeting minutes at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time. There's really no consensus on that. They're just releasing it. Most of the time, this really has no effect on the market as the numbers have already been released and the consensus of what occurred in the meetings has been reflected in those numbers. Now, the U.S. has their CPI being released for October at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that one is that things have improved from a negative 1.3% to negative 0.3%, which could be positive news for the US dollar. Now, let's take a look at the pound-Japanese yen pair. Again, we still have the consolidation that we talked about yesterday. Remember, if you recall from yesterday, if you watched the video, we talked about the overall over the past several sessions, not quite a month, but basically from here into here we have some consolidation that is occurring, as you can see. And then we zoomed in and we talked about the fact that this particular pair had created an inside bar, and I mentioned that the only thing that could really improve this is if we got a second inside bar. We had an inside bar here, and sure enough, the next day we have another inside bar. So two inside bars in a row. As you can see, today's session's already broken the previous high, so we won't have a third inside bar, but it really went up to that point and tagged it. I'd be so surprised if we don't get a breakout. And the new breakout levels that I would look at, or areas I would look at, would be to take this session's high right here, this session's high and low. Go ahead and draw your trend lines, or horizontal lines rather, and look for a breakout of these two pairs. I definitely could see grabbing 100 pips in either direction from this particular trade. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.